no doubt. What is happening to Gaza is, in my view, catastrophic. It is also conscious and deliberate. So in the few minutes that I have, I would like to highlight some particularly critical problems. First, the economy. The government of Israel has explicitly referred to its intensified closure policy in Gaza as a form of economic warfare. The government stated, quote, "Damaging the enemy's economy is in and of itself a legitimate means in warfare and a relevant consideration even when deciding to allow the entry of relief consignments." In a November 2008 cable from the U.S. Embassy in Tel Aviv released by WikiLeaks, U.S. officials wrote, quote, "As part of their overall embargo plan against Gaza, Israeli officials have confirmed to U.S. Embassy economic officers on multiple occasions that they intend to keep the Gaza economy on the brink of collapse without quite pushing it over the edge, functioning at the lowest level possible, consistent with avoiding a humanitarian crisis." End. The most critical issue confronting the territory economically is a ruinous 6-year-long blockade that ended normal economic functioning. Although closure has a long history in Gaza dating back to 1991, it became particularly onerous after Hamas's 2007 takeover, when the closure was intensified, preventing the import of raw materials and the export of finished products, thus ending normal trade, especially with Israel and the West Bank, which are Gaza's principal markets. Perhaps most critically, Israel's policy, of course, is linked to poverty. Approximately 39% of Gaza's people live below the poverty line in 2011, a figure that would, a percentage that would be far greater without donor aid. Furthermore, in the absence of any humanitarian disaster or shortage of food, approximately 44% of people are food insecure, meaning they do not have access to enough food to meet their dietary needs, and between 70 to 80% of the population requires some form of humanity. The UN reported that between January and May of 2007, Gaza exported around 4,800 truckloads of goods, compared with 130 truckloads exported between January and May of this year, around 3% of its pre-June 2007 level, where it remains. And this is despite the promise in the 2005 Agreement on Movement and Access to allow 100 truckloads of exports each day. Hence, during the first 5 months of this year, Gaza was allowed to export 1/3 of what the AMA promised as allowable exports for 1 day. The main exception to the export ban involves a limited number of farmers who have, since 2007, been allowed to export flowers and strawberries to Europe, but this is quite limited. The Israeli government has renounced its policy of economic warfare in favor of separation, which continues to be a political rather than a security decision producing the same effect.